Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Gaming Podcast, episode 10, I believe. I'm Bryan Austin today with Austin Jet, aka AJETT. You can find him on Facebook, Twitter,
SoundCloud, Instagram,
YouTube, right? I mean, you're everywhere now. So, and yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, mostly in the realm of cartoons, animation for Disney. Let's just start off. We tried to do this Nick podcast about a month ago, and the internet connection was just so bad that it just didn't work. So we can go ahead and start. Since actually it looks like we're going to have two different topics about the revival of two different companies. You saw my review on The Loud House, and I think you've seen Loud House before. I think that's one of the shows where
The Loud House.
It looks as if this is one of the shows that will bring revival to Nickelodeon.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really impressed by what they've done with this show.
Yeah.
And how much they're hyping it up along with Harvey Beaks.
Oh man, those two.
Yes.
Those two are
those are the dynamic duo right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just so impressed by how nostalgic it can be and how relatable it can be.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of kids can relate to that, because if you're the only boy in a house full of girls, because I've grown up like that from time to time, going to do different houses and stuff.
Yeah.
I've grown up with that, and I can totally relate to just the struggle of trying to have at least one thing to yourself.
Yeah.
And I really relate to that with Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the realm that The Loud House brought to the table and the stories that The Loud House is starting to tell are engaging, they're interesting, they're fun, but they're just, like you said, and like I said in my review, just so relatable. They did such a good job carrying these characters forward and just having them become, just all the personalities of the sisters as well are also very funny and cool to watch when you compare them around Lincoln as well.
And they do this thing where they modernize things without modernizing it. Where there's little references to technology and whatnot, and
Right. What?
But there are references to technology and little not even memes per se, but just the way that we talk every once in a while. But they don't overdo it how the Powerpuff Girls.
That's one of the things that the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, the new Powerpuff Girls are doing. But they're focusing way too much on meme culture
and trying to get to the modern.
Yas, OMG, hashtag, that type of stuff.
It's embarrassing almost.
They're mainly focusing on the characters and not the age that the characters live in.
Right. It's Loud House has definitely pushed Nickelodeon forward. Each of the characters brought something that we hadn't really seen from Nick in such a long time. I always think about The Loud House, and it's just you look at Nickelodeon in general, and you kind of study it from the rest of the programming in there, and it's just really odd to see that Nickelodeon had such a deficit in terms of character development that was so far that was now found in Loud House.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, you were talking about before, and it'd be difficult. It'd be crazy not to mention Harvey Beaks, which came out I think last year.
Yeah.
Last year, and just knocked the socks off of a lot of people.
And now, every once in a while, I go onto Nickelodeon because I record the Loud House on my DVR.
Cool.
And I'll see the commercials where they're putting Loud House and Harvey Beaks together and promoting them together.
That's great.
New episodes every week, and I'm just I'm so glad that they're doing this, because we could already tell that they were sleeping on Harvey Beaks.
Yeah.
But now that I'm seeing less of Brett Winters, less of Sanjay and Craig, and
that push is really going toward the better quality shows, and it really shows as well that people want to watch good series. I believe that The Loud House beat SpongeBob. I was getting comments actually that The Loud House beat SpongeBob in ratings. And
my God, that's what happened with Steven Universe too. Is they beat Teen Titans Go in ratings with In Too Deep.
Right, and so people are kids and young adults and viewers are really starting to get interested in quality shows, or just at least want some quality shows, not just average shows that are just there. They want something that'll be interesting and entertaining, not just
one thing that I had despite all of that, one thing I had posted in this Journey of Extraordinary Black Nerds group or something like that, and I had posted wow, I do love these shows, the Harvey Beakses, the Clarences, the the Steven Universe is.
You could just count on it.
Yeah, like, we need bad shows. Like, in a way, we need bad shows because we don't want the good shows to be oversaturated like those bad shows.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a commenter on YouTube where it was like, when I said, is Teen Titans Go really bad? And, or is Teen Titans Go actually bad? And we had a conversation about like 4 or 5 we were posting like paragraphs about like going back and forth about like how Teen Titans Go is not as well constructed, isn't strong in terms of story or character development as the original Teen Titans or any other show on Cartoon Network. However, it serves an audience that really likes it. And same with Ed and Eddie, right? We say that, I mean, Ed and Eddie, I would say, has good moments, but overall, it's not the greatest show. It's very
not
stupid.
The greatest show.
And so, looking back at that, right, it's like, okay, Ed and Eddie, and
like, one thing I've always been thinking about, would it be fair to say, like, if you're a critic or you're rooting to be a critic, I feel like one important rule is basically to say fuck your nostalgia.
You have to, right? Because it's so hard to. That's why I haven't reviewed. That's why I haven't reviewed some of the older cartoons, because it's just so hard to like not get yourself so tensed into that nostalgia
and like to assume that they're perfect. And like even like take the nostalgia critic for example. It's like he's the nostalgia critic. So like he's basically gonna have to be that whole fuck your nostalgia thing and like put his nostalgia aside and realize like, hey, maybe the show wasn't as good as I thought it was.
Exactly.
Maybe like there's just something I've just missed out when I was younger, and now that I'm realizing when I'm growing up, more than just the sexual references of Rocko's Modern Life, but the actual good and bad of the cartoon.
Yeah, there's some Rocko's Modern Life had some pretty good stuff in it. Yeah.
Like it's not perfect, and like no generation of animation is perfect, and that's what I want people to realize, and I want 90s kids and like. Even like 30-year-olds realize, because like I remember one time I was watching I was at like a house party with my mom and like her older friends, and
right
the kid that was there, he was watching Regular Show, and he was watching Regular Show, and I noticed that the adults in the room, they were talking about, oh, where's Mighty Mouse, where's the Scooby Doo's, and like it's just like it's the same thing. Like while I can't fight everybody, like I can't fight everybody, I can't blame everybody. Like it's gonna happen eventually, because eventually when this generation grows up, they're gonna say the same thing about the next generation of cartoons.
Of course. But now I think that there is an argument to be had about. I don't really side with 90s kids 100% of the time, and I never really do. Because it's a viewpoint that everything is perfect in your eyes about. Oh, there's your flash drive, but it's a mentality that everything is perfect in. That everything is perfect in that particular set of years that you watch stuff in. What I'll say is that in the 90s is there a deficit now of good learning shows like the Magic School Bus? Yes. That's clear. But there still are like some amazing shows that break through stories and break through plots and character development and break boundaries.
Shows that can be educational, but not be like Dora, where they're waiting for you to respond.
Yeah.
Like they automatically teach you stuff. Like Arthur. For example, because like they never necessarily like sat down and educated kids or talked to kids.
You would learn it through what
you would learn it through what the characters were going through.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of shows like Steven Universe and Loud House, and especially Harvey Beaks, they do that. Like they teach kids life lessons rather than just trying to educate them about ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
Exactly.
Because while we do need that form of education, we also need to teach kids about life as well.
Yeah. I know we're going into a Nickelodeon podcast. I have to run back into Regular Show though, because one of the things that I usually always use to go back to Regular Show and mention about that series, about how great it is and how much development goes into it, is the fact that there's that one episode where Rigby is in I think it was Mordecai and his friends go to get some Mordecai and the rest of the gang in the park go to are able to get like free tacos because they graduated high school. Yeah, and Rigby wasn't able to because he didn't.
He dropped out.
Yeah, the lesson there was not you get free tacos because of you graduated high school. It was there's a simple reward to just continuing your education. Just continue and go out there and continue your education. And it wasn't like forced down your throat. It was
and it wasn't necessarily like shaming him.
It wasn't. No,
not. It was just like, okay, you can not graduate high school. You can drop out and do whatever you want. But at the same time, there are going to be some benefits that you won't be able to receive.
Exactly, and that yes. But going back to Nickelodeon, finally.
I mean, I tried.
No. Yeah, we tried. We just went on a tangent there. Loud House and Harvey Beaks. I think these two. We always talk about Adventure Time and regular show. Again, going
Steven
back,
Universe.
I know, but I'm talking about. We always talk about those two as the pillars that started Cartoon Network back on track.
Right.
I think that Harvey Beaks and I think that Loud House. If Nickelodeon continues that track of going forward into progressive series, these two will be the pillars that will start everything up and keep that momentum going. There are a couple new shows that are coming. One of them I think is a series that is set in an apartment, and it's like misadventures in an apartment with friends, and it looks really interesting. I don't know what it's called, but
I feel like the other shows like bringing back to action with Nick is Ladybug and Cat Noir, Miraculous, and I haven't seen that show. I haven't seen the show.
I've seen a few clips,
but I've seen it and like it looks good.
Right.
I feel like it could have went better as 2D, but it looks good. Because since we're talking about Disney too, is like I am so tired of seeing 3D, man.
I don't know.
I mean, I like it, but at the same time, when it's happening like all the time, nonstop. Every single Disney princess after Princess and the Frog has become 3D. Like the new female character Mona, I think. Moana. Yeah. And the new Hispanic or Latin Disney princess, like they're gonna be 3D movies. Like we're seeing 3D designs. It's just like I want some 2D.
Right.
And apparently, Big Hero 6 is getting a series at some point down the road, and they're gonna do it in 2D. And I'm just like, wow, I like Big Hero 6.
I actually don't. Think
I'm still kind of skeptical about it being in 2D.
Right.
Because we already know it's 3D, but at the same time, 3D is expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I'm on a different fence with you because like we've seen the progression of Pixar. We should really go back to Nick.
I mean, we're doing Disney and Nick.
But we're doing Disney and Nick, as you viewers will find out. What I'll say is that we've seen Pixar progress slowly, and I think their greatest visual film has been The Good Dinosaur. As bad as a rap that it's gotten, I think that was a great movie, and I think that visually it looks better than any other Pixar movie. I don't hate the 3D,
but at the same time, it's just like it's so boring, especially with Disney Princess 3Ds, because like one thing I've talked about with my artist friends and my people that like are big on animation, just like that's just like the thing with Disney Princess 3D movies is like the characters had the tendency to go through same face syndrome. Where
they look very similar. That's the thing about that is, however, I think I find a positivity, and I find it very. And we'll talk about the Disney Renaissance. It seems like this is the beginning of the second Disney Renaissance here, and I think that what pushes the Disney Renaissance is the fact that they have gone through this new phase of pushing 3D because this is it seems as if 3D now has from Disney Pictures has eclipsed and has gotten at least on par with Pixar. We've seen Big Hero 6 and we've seen Zootopia, and they look like Pixar movies, but at this point, Zootopia's a really good movie, and we'll talk about that in the future. But in terms of just animation, they're on par. And The Jungle Book, holy crap, they went to a completely new level
Jungle
when it came
Book
to
movie
CG. I think it's good.
The CG was dope, but like other than that, it was
okay. You thought it was okay?
Yeah, the movie itself, it was okay. The CG was dope.
I thought it was good.
But like other than that, the movie was.
Gotcha. I thought it was pretty good. Should we jump back to Nick, or should we just jump right into the second one?
I'd say we should continue to, because like there are some things I need to talk about with live action.
About Disney?
Live action Nick and Disney.
Oh God,
because like that's the thing that everyone forgets. The thing that everyone loves to forget is
that they try to they still work on these horrible live action sitcoms trying to rival Disney and it fails. And like, Nickelodeon, I think, has done a solid job, progressing themselves as the Nicktoon, like I said a while ago, where I tried to say in that podcast that we were trying to work on, was that the Nicktoon was known for something. Calling something Nicktoon was known for something, and then the brand got diluted because of bad series over and over. At this point, we're seeing new series come in, and I think that there are some series that need to end. If we're talking about kind of how to save Nickelodeon and how to make it better, it's cutting some of the old Nicktoons and also cutting some of the live action, replacing it with newer Nicktoons over time, like year over year, replacing the live action with Nicktoons. I think that's how you push it.
Even still, like, I don't mind the live action. Like I said, like, everyone forgets about it when it comes to talking about Nick.
Right.
But at the same time, I wish that they could do better. Like, I really want them to do better. Like, I mean, School of Rock was kind of pushing it. Like, it was, like, right there.
Okay.
Whereas, like, it's okay, but at the same time, I wish that they went with the movie route where they did original songs and like all they're doing is pop song covers. Like even the Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoon has original songs.
Yeah.
So like,
why can't you make some original songs as well?
Right, because like School of Rock was good, and like I know that they have limits on like what they can do now because Jack Black is very vulgar, and you heard the kids cursing and kick some ass, and just like yeah, there are limits on that, but at the same time, you can make something. If Alvin and the Chipmunks can this show, not that we forget we don't speak about the movies, but the show, if they can have original songs that are really good, by the way, like then School of Rock can do some original songs rather than just doing covers.
Right. I have this. Well, I can't say I have a love-hate relationship with Nickelodeon live action. I think I have a love relationship with prior Nickelodeon sitcoms like iCarly and Drake and Josh because I thought that they were at least okay. I don't know though, because maybe it's me watching something as an adult now, and not I can't tell because it's as
like
sitcoms,
they're cheesy, but like they're understandably cheesy.
But how cheesy was iCarly and how cheesy was Drake and Josh? That's the question. That's why I can't really compare.
And like then we have shows like Zoe 101. Like Zoe 101 was good.
No, it was good.
It's just like we
and Victorious.
Yeah, and like we kind of need more shows that don't have to rely on a laugh track.
Oh god.
Like it expects like you just know when to laugh. It's just like the laugh tracks is just like, this is when you're supposed to laugh. Laugh now.
Honestly, I would laugh at parts that didn't include the laugh track. I would literally laugh at the jokes that didn't have the laugh track in them, which would be kind of odd.
And like we do need more shows that like go through life lessons. Like another thing with Henry Danger and the freaking Thundermans, man.
God no.
Let me explain something. It's just like these are shows about superheroes. Like they're about superheroes, but we never see them do superhero shit.
Yeah.
It's just like we just like living the life of quote unquote of a superhero, and it's just like I'd love to see much more than that. Heck, I'd love to see a Henry Danger Thundermans crossover.
Right.
And they have wasted potential on that.
It could have been a good series.
Not even like a series, but just like kind of like a 3-part special.
No,
Like it's just like I'd rather them do something like that and like use what they got. And, like, I'd rather see, like, some Incredibles type of shit where, like, they actually go and fight crime. Like, I don't want to actually see them do stuff.
That would be good.
Right.
It just seems as if they cut an amount or they set a budget and they don't want to go past it, and you can tell.
I mean, if y'all got the money to get Michael Bay to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, then y'all got money to do a fight scene, the Thundermans, but no. But no.
I think that we look at current other, I don't want to cut back out of live action, but we look at current really good shows, right? TMNT has done a solid job, actually a really good job at portraying the Turtles and just getting people more interested in the Turtles again. I think that that was a difficult thing to do over time.
I mean, if y'all got money to get
Not the movie, but
I'm talking about the show.
Okay.
Like, if y'all got the money to get John Heater, who was the voice of Napoleon Dynamite, to do Napoleon Bonafrog, then y'all got money to get a fight scene in the Thundermans of Henry Danger. Like, Jesus. Like, for God's sakes, give Henry Danger a movie. At least. Give him, not like a theatrical release, like a TV movie.
Okay, good.
But, like, give him a movie where, like, he's actually doing stuff. Like, I haven't been paying attention to the series, but like, one thing I noticed, like, there was a episode where, like, he finally got a superpower, and I'm just like,
that could have
much wasted potential.
Right.
So much wasted potential.
That moment could have been a very, very... It's just a massive moment. And like you said, wasted potential. This series has... There are a ton of series.
Like, have him be like Spider-Man. Like, we get that, like, he's trying to keep his powers a secret and whatnot, but at the same time, it's not like... We don't, like, want to learn about the life of Peter Parker. We want to learn the life of Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Together.
Like, we don't want Peter Parker the movie. We want Spider-Man the movie, where we have the best of both worlds.
Right.
But with stuff like the Thundermans and Henry Danger, we're only getting one side.
Right. And it's not a very developed side either.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob was like the shuffleboarding episode where like they were talking, like, basically in the episode they were Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy were injured and like they couldn't go to a shuffleboarding tournament.
Oh, they're back.
And then Patrick and SpongeBob had dressed as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Oh yes, okay. And like they were talking about, we're gonna destroy those people in the shuffleboard tournament. And then like SpongeBob was like, well, Patrick, we already won the tournament, and I'm just like, like they could have made the whole episode about the episode was called shuffleboarding, and they didn't do any shuffleboarding.
That's
like just wasted potential.
Right. I think there's enough wasted potential over at Nickelodeon to make a new cartoon, just a completely new cartoon channel altogether, or a completely new channel altogether. Yeah, it's embarrassing, you know.
Like, it's so sad. Like it's a funny sad. It's like
you could be doing
so much stuff like in your face that you could be doing right now. You just wasted.
Right.
Like, oh man.
Still waiting for that Danny Phantom
reboot.
Timmy Turner crossover.
Yeah.
But going over talk about wasted potential. Let's go about Fairly Odd Parents, shall we? Let's talk about Fairly Odd Parents. They've tried over and over since the turn of the decade to add new characters, whether it was the dog or Poof. After Poof, I thought it was Jump of the Shark, but we've seen new characters added slowly over time to make this thing more interesting. And then we got this new character. I'm sorry, I'm going to rant for a little bit here. We got this new character that literally breaks the rules. It literally is happy and has everything that she wants, and somehow can see the fairies, and I don't understand what it breaks the entire system, and apparently there's a fairy shortage, even though we saw the millions of fairies out there in the world. My whole thing is this, right? If you're going to put Chloe in, you might as well reboot the entire series and just have a new character with a new set of fairies.
But at the same time,
I don't care
Chloe is a Mary Sue. She's such a Mary Sue, and like they tried to make the Passover, like they tried to like make the excuse of like, well, I'm happy all the time. Like, it's so hard trying to make people happy, and I'm just like,
shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. It's just like Timmy has neglectful parents. He got an evil ass babysitter and shit, and like his parents like basically don't even care for him.
Exactly.
Like they make every single excuse to not hang out with him. Like even over time, it was just like. In your older series, like, they were legitimately busy, but now it's just like they don't want to spend time with him. Mm-hmm. And, like, that is so warranted of, I need help, please help me. But you're just mad, like, you're sad because you can't make everybody happy?
It's like, I think that was, I know Butch Hartman and his team have done a phenomenal job with new other series, like Tough Puppy and Danny Phantom, but...
Tough Puppy is...
I know. Okay. I know. I'm saying, like, it could have been good if Fairly Odd Parents wasn't there.
It wasn't. It was okay. It wasn't amazing.
It was average. But you know, this is probably one of the biggest disappointments that I had seen, because when you look at Fairly Odd, there's a point where sometimes there are people that say, "I want a series to end." I would only say I want a series to end that I love so much. I would only say that I want it to end if it isn't as good as the current as it was during my childhood. If it's worse and much more bad off for viewers than it was before. Chloe completely destroys the layout of that, and there was just this.
She breaks all logic within the show.
I believe that the first decade of the show, you had this system where it's like. There's the rules. There's this thing where it's like, if Timmy does this, you will risk losing it. There was a lot of tension about the fact that he might lose his good fair.
But like now, they're just like going nuts. Like just go do whatever. Like doesn't this fine? Like put him in a closet. Put him in the closet. Like he doesn't deserve to work in the studio. He's bringing logic into the show. Put him in the put him in the corner and let him think about what he did.
Yeah, we've seen Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. We've seen
it's like that one video like you broke the rules. You broke the rules. Everyone's gonna be bad because you broke the rules. Like that's just what it's like. Like everyone is everyone is legitimately bad because they have broke all logic within Fairly Odd Parents at this point.
It's incredible how damaged this series is at this point, and I think it was either Kevin or it was Maja who made a good point and said, "What if they just took." Or I don't know if they just took Timmy Turner's Power Hour, Jimmy Timmy's
the Jimmy Timmy Power
No, the Channel Chasers ending had Timmy become an adult and then
have his kids have the God kids,
but then that would say that Timmy has bad parenting skills as well.
But at the same time, he's legit. Like you could tell, he was legitimately busy. Like
again, at the end of the movie, at the end of the Channel Chasers, so give them parents. I mean, give them Fairly Odd Parents and. Just kick it back, reboot it, have more people interested. People would tune in for it again. It would get people excited.
Plus, we know that Timmy and Tootie finally got together. So
yeah, I mean
that little baby looked just like Tootie with brown hair.
Yeah,
but we didn't need to know that through a live action movie that nobody asked for. We didn't need to know. We didn't need to know that.
Why did you bring that up?
Because we're talking about Nick, and we can't forget live action. We cannot forget live action.
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about the live action Fairly Odd Parents mess that was. Oh my god. Was it
Drake Bell?
Why? Dude, I know you wanted a paycheck, but
I mean,
oh my god.
I mean, he needed something after that stunt he pulled with Bruce Jenner. I mean, Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry.
Fucking Christ. I'm sorry. That was god awful.
I mean, the first one wasn't bad. But
it was. No, I don't.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the first one. Like it was kind of like a semi-decent conclusion. I don't know. It's just like
I'm sorry. I can't.
Like, why did they make it look like he was 20 years old still? That was the thing that made me just like they were saying, Timmy, you're 20 years old. No, I'm not. I'm 10. And I'm just like,
what?
Like, I'm guessing he started the trans age thing then, if that's the case. Like, cause like he's just like if he was legitimately 10 years old, it's just like you don't do that.
Yeah,
you don't do that where he grows up, and it was just like why, like I didn't like I loved the rest of the movie all throughout, but at the same time it's just like why did they make it like that where he's an adult
exactly
thinking that he's 10 years old?
I don't know. Someone got a lot of money to write a script about that series, and somehow. They were okay with that script, and it's embarrassing to see that Fairly Odd Parents was brought to that point. Because here, like, there's the high points, and I always think that the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours were the high points of Fairly Odd Parents, and the Channel Chasers were the high points.
Animation crossover and stuff.
Like the crossover, everything. That's the high points. The low points are you make a live action, unrelatable movie that literally does not feel like the Fairly Odd Parents whatsoever. That is where...
I mean, it felt like, but at the same time, it didn't.
It felt like someone was... It felt like a dress-up Fairly Odd Parents that I could find
like a cosplay.
Yes, that's
what cosplay.
That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like... It didn't... Like someone with a budget and cosplay. That's all it felt like. Right. So I'm not going to say that this is something that I would find relatively enjoyable if I'm a Fairly Odd Parents fan. I have a lot of issues with that movie. I have a lot of issues with where they've taken Fairly Odd Parents. I just think they should completely reboot it if they want any justification for its survival.
The other thing, the other show, the live action show that I feel like they really wasted potential on was
What?
100 Things to Do Before Middle School.
Oh, that was actually... Oh my gosh, that was actually good. Was that the one that was...
Like, I never really watched it because like I could never find it anywhere.
You that was the one that was styled like Ned's Declassified, wasn't it?
Yeah, was it like I think it was from the same creators.
Why did they... Wow, I'm surprised because you look at that and you say Ned's Declassified was like lightning in a bottle. It got so popular so quickly. Maybe the viewers didn't tune in, but then again, the programming block was not there. They didn't put it out there. They didn't say,
it was just
here
there.
it is.
Like, here you go.
Yeah.
But, like, that's something that you should, like, premiere, like, during back-to-school times. Like, when it's, like, September and everyone's going to school. And, like, the kids are, like, our kids are going to middle school and, like, going to high school. It's just, like, that's something that you need to do. And, like, the other thing that they, like, I feel like, I think I've watched an episode, but I wasn't sure. Is like, they never really gave, like, legitimate, like, advice, like, Ned's Declassified.
No, they didn't.
But at the same time, it was just, like, let's just do a bunch of fun stuff before we have to go to middle school.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I loved about it.
It wasn't it was still a great show. It didn't matter if or if not. They carried as much, I still think Ned's Declassified did carry a little more lesson learning and like, here are things that you actually should do, but overall it was still very fun, still carried the spirit, and I gotta give props to it. I'm surprised though that Nickelodeon didn't really take that and run with it. They just kind of let it sit there like, oh, here you go. And,
there you go. Go nuts.
And we're gonna give you a awful programming time, and we're just gonna let you sit there and see how it does. Obviously, it would do bad.
Yeah, like I don't even see it anywhere. Like I've saw like one commercial for it, and I've never seen anything after that.
Yeah,
and I was so disappointed because I really wanted to watch the show. It was just like, fuck Nick Studio 10. This could have competed with Incredible Crew.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that could have competed with Incredible Crew if Incredible Crew was still gone. Like, thank God Cartoon Network got rid of live action. But like even still, like Incredible Crew wasn't bad. Plus, I heard that the kid, one of the black kids, he was the main character in Dope. Like he grew up to be.
I wouldn't be.
Have you heard of Dope?
I've seen Dope. I just haven't. I don't remember Studio 10. I don't remember that.
Nick Studio 10. Because like I know everyone's gonna like froth at the mouth when I talk about this. It's like, it was this programming block, kind of like Slime Time or You Pick Live.
Right.
But instead of like having it as its own series, what they would do is they would like cut a programming off of the show.
Okay.
Mid programming.
That was
that
was the most. That was stupid.
Yeah.
That was incredibly stupid. That was awful. I can't. That was idiotic. No.
Yeah, like, why would you do that mid-programming? It's just like, make it its own thing. Make it, like, again, more wasted potential.
Exactly.
Like, that could have been its own series. And
a lot of these are so rushed to, like...
Yeah, like, they could have made this the next You Pick Live. I was telling you how we need more stuff like Cartoon Fridays and You Pick Live and Slime Time, but, like...
Nope, we're just gonna go and
let's fuck it up.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
and Nickelodeon
Cartoon Network is doing something like that with Yours Days, and like I would love it.
We want to see Friday.
I would love a host.
Right. Oh. Well,
yeah, like I would love like Cartoon New Thursdays and like
they did it with Cartoon Planet, and I don't know how that turned out.
That wasn't like a Cartoon Fridays thing. No, that was just like them trying to be Boomerang. Boomerang sucks, by the way.
They have it's okay.
No. Boomerang is showing reruns of Teen Titans Go and Amazing World of Gumball. And I don't get why that's a thing. The only old show that they really have is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
They've completely altered the... I haven't checked out Boomerang because it hasn't...
They'll either have reboots of shows or, like, just their regular shows, like, on Cartoon Network. And I'm just like...
What's the point?
Why? This is supposed to be a throwback channel. Why do you only have one throwback? Because Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes doesn't count.
No.
And like, because like they're shown like all throughout on all the channels.
Yeah, Cartoon Network and Boomerang, you have
like those naturally count. They don't count.
Right.
And like they'll have like the Flintstones, and that's all the way on like 4:00 in the morning, and I'm just like,
what the.
Nick is doing a better job with the Splat, and I had so much lack of potential in the Splat, but they're showing legitimate. Old shows.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing to see, like, what they did with Boomerang. Like, I don't mean to get off topic.
No.
Boomerang I had to vet because I just got cable where, like, Boomerang was available because it's not available on Xfinity.
And you're just like, let's give it a try. And
I'm just like,
what is this?
why is I like Be Cool Scooby Doo, and like I don't hate these shows. I love Gumball, but like doesn't need to be on here.
That's Cartoon Network, and then Boomerang was supposed to throw it back. What I always tell people, I know this isn't what you're feeling right now, but what I always tell people when they want to see like old '90s shows and they want them to premiere on current cartoons or on primetime channels, I always tell them, okay, here's what you should do: go to Amazon.com and check out a box set and just get it for yourself, because they're not going to premiere them on the current blog.
Like I remember there was a time.
I know that they used to, but I know that now it's like.
Like I remember there was a time where Boomerang used to legitimately show.
No, they did. That was a good time.
They would show Teen Titans, Teen Titans.
Well,
Wild Teen Titans Go was in production.
Yeah, that was
Wild Teen Titans Go was still on the air.
The beginning of the decade.
Yeah, no, this is 2013.
Yeah, no, the beginning of the decade.
Yeah, and it was so disappointing. Like I remember they used to have the old little show tunes, like the musical numbers. Yeah. Like it was that Jabberjaw song, me and my friends get no. Like that was my song. That was my bump.
The rebrand and the redesign from Turner really it adjusted the channel, and I don't know if it's a
used to watch Captain Planet 6 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for school. Captain Planet, it was so lit.
Yeah,
and they just ruined it. Like it's supposed to be a throwback channel.
That's why it's called Boomerang.
You're giving Nick the upper hand at this point.
Right.
Like you were doing so good. You were the chosen one. You were the chosen one.
You had the high ground.
But anyway, let's get back to Nick.
Yeah. I mean, we ran down pretty much Nick. I mean, Fairly Odd Parents, trash. The live action is wasted potential, except for one or two. The only good highlights are TMNT, and they have TMNT, a couple other animated series.
Loud House,
and
Miraculous
Lady, of course.
Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Right. And just it's coming. The thing about Nick is they're coming back slowly, but it's
gonna be really slow.
It'll be
really slow.
We'll see by 2020 if they actually decide to take on a role that will be beneficial to viewers, or if they're just gonna throw that all away. It really depends on what happens in the next 4 years, and I'm really excited to see that. But let's talk about Disney again. We're going to go into... Now, I have this... I'm going to have a video up on my channel talking about... the fact that I believe we're in Disney's second renaissance. I believe that Disney right now has... what made the last Disney Renaissance so good was not just great storytelling and animation. What made it good was the fact that people came in the droves to see it. Also, the fact that over and over, box office numbers would be toppled by every single following movie, right? And we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing that Frozen is getting beaten by Zootopia, and so there's a point where you start to worry that, or you start to see that. And while Frozen people hate, I think that we may be on the wrong side of history. I think that this generation, that Frozen is this generation's Little Mermaid. That, unfortunately, I think that's just the truth, and that this is Disney's second renaissance. That we are seeing a resurgence of quality movies,
90s kids,
and
not even millennials. Please stop. 90s kids, modern new generation, any one of you, for the love of God, please stop comparing Frozen to The Lion King.
Oh God!
I'm not even talking about this about nostalgia. But it's just
what's the point?
They're two different contexts.
Exactly.
If you want to compare Frozen to anything, compare Elsa to another Disney princess. Or
to Little Mermaid. Come on.
Little Mermaid, Snow White, Cinderella, you got all of them. Why do you want to take Lion King, man?
Yeah.
It's nothing it's nothing like Frozen. I'm not talking about nostalgia. It's just
you're just saying that there's a significant difference between what the points that Lion King brought to the table and what Frozen brought to the table. And while they both have musical numbers, it's just slightly different.
Especially the fucking...
Let it go.
Yeah. Shut up. Don't even go there.
No,
but the other thing that I'm kind of excited about, not excited, but it's just this is interesting, is that they're bringing the old Disney movies back, but they're bringing them out through Disney Junior. It's
what do you mean?
They have a 100 Dalmatians show, and they have
oh really?
They have the Lion King show.
The Lion Guard is
the Lion
Guard.
I think
that gets a lot more flack than it needs to. But
like it's just like, and like I'm not necessarily saying the one that's like kids are dumb, so you should just let them watch dumb things. Just like it's a really good show, like for kids.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good kids show.
Right.
And it's not like Dora where
similar to Lilo and
yeah,
Stitch.
like where they're looking into they're looking to the camera waiting for you to give a response. And just like they got ideas and they inspire kids to have those ideas.
Yeah.
And like I like the idea of them bringing back the old movies as kid shows.
I think
like not even like kid shows like Steven Universe, just like kids shows like Ni Hao Kai Lan and whatnot.
Right. I mean, in general, when it comes down to it's cool to see the old shows go into this new format. What I'd like to see though is if they take these older films and kind of bring them back into. I think that what we have there are a number of new movies that are coming out that really take their original source material. Like for example, one of the best examples of this, and it grossed a lot of money, was Big Hero 6, a Marvel comic. Marvel comic that literally was not expected to be an animated movie whatsoever. Disney goes in and says, "Hey, how can we make this a family movie that make it 3D?" I think that's still 3D is still cool, but
like 3D isn't bad. Like 3D isn't bad. It's just I
think that that
it's too much.
I think that it was. I think Big Hero 6 is perfect in 3D. I think that actually. While you hate 3D, I don't hate 3D. You just have a. Like, it's just like it's much
oversaturated.
Of it. Yeah. I think that there was a time actually where I was like I was very disappointed in Disney to go into this 3D world, but after a while I'm just like, this is Disney now. I can't really argue with the fact that Disney wants to go in and make these very bombastic 3D related movies, but Big Hero 6, right? It blew everyone's minds in how well the story was, and it completely bent the idea of what stories you would use to make an animated film out of a successful animated film out of. And another thing that I think that's another movie that takes a part of the Disney Renaissance and really blows it out of the water, right? Like I think that there are 4 movies that you can look at right now that have triggered the new Disney Renaissance, and that is Big Hero 6, Frozen. Jungle Book.
You better say it.
And what? I mean, I was gonna say Zootopia, but like the reason why I say Zootopia is I think that you look at that movie and you say there's a point now where Zootopia kind of makes it's not just the animation. It's just the animation now looks at that point where Pixar. I'm sorry, but you got to step your game up. The only reason Disney has Pixar around anymore is for name recognition. I think that the technology Disney has now, Disney Pictures is now. I mean,
it'll be weird seeing like another company do a movie with Pixar. So it's like
no, Disney's still gonna hold on to it. I think that Pixar is just there for name.
Like I know they're definitely gonna hold on to Pixar. It's just like even like the thought of seeing them like work with another company that wasn't Disney. It's just Pixar. Yeah, like it's like that. It's just like
Shrek 3.
Yeah,
Shrek 5.
Like you're just like Pixar, your Disney's thing. It was like we know them with Disney so well. To see them like do something else for somebody else would just be weird.
Yeah. I think that there's going to be a tight lid on Pixar. Pixar is staying with Disney. I just think that at this point in time, with the technology that Disney Pictures has, that you used to look at Pixar like, oh man, this technology with the 3D is mind blowing. It's beautiful. Finding Nemo is still an extremely beautiful movie. But what Zootopia brought to the table.
All I'm saying is about Finding Nemo is that
I'm not excited. I'm sorry.
No, listen. If that water isn't as realistic as the Good Dinosaurs water, Pixar, you are fucking up.
No, wait. I think
no. The water was really realistic in the Good Dinosaur.
No, it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, just that water. And if you're gonna like take a movie about fish and not make the water look,
you mean Finding Dory?
Yeah, like,
I think Finding Dory was we're going to spruce up the animation a little bit from Finding Nemo. We won't put a lot of funding into it. I'm sure there's a lot. Well, I'm sure there's funding that went into it a lot more. But
the other thing is,
I'm not. Are you excited about Finding Dory? I'm
not excited. It's just like,
I don't excited for Incredibles 3. I'm just like, all right, it's here.
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2. I'm sorry, Cars 3. No, Incredibles 2. Yeah.
But like, I'm not excited. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this movie. But like, it's just like, I just want to see it because my nostalgia is kind of kicking me too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because for the first time, out of a Pixar movie, there's no excitement for me out of this movie. It's there, and it's a Finding Nemo sequel about finding Dory this time, and how
It's not literally.
I know it's Dory's finding her family,
Yeah.
and okay, that's cool. All right, so we're going to go on an adventure with Dory, who was voiced by Ellen. Hopefully, it's.
Speaking of being voiced by Ellen, like I noticed this meme surfing around. Yeah, it's just people are like really like bitching about there being a lesbian couple. It's just like, do you not know who
Ellen is?
Yeah, like who
it's-
Ellen DeGeneres is,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's so hypocritical. It's just like going back to Cartoon Network for a little bit because I saw an article.
The Steven Universe thing?
Yeah, like Rebecca Sugar talking about like sexualization LGBT in Steven Universe. It's just like she basically said you can't sit there and deny teaching kids about like homosexuality and like deny telling them that homosexual people exist at a young age because if they don't know any better when they grow up,
They're just going to be homophobic.
Yeah.
It's
like you got to teach them about these people right now, and like you can't stop them no matter how much Bible scriptures you throw in their faces and how much like Hotep shit you put in my face. It's just like you can't stop them from. You can't stop gay people from being gay, or like you can't stop gay people from happening, or like someone from being gay. If they like men, then they like men, and that's something you need to deal with.
Right. Amen. But
it's just like
you make a very solid point, right? It's at this point in time you can't just block the wall, but you can't just you can't just, and I think we all hate Donald Trump here, build a wall against that. I think that you have to accept it at this point, and there have been already countless LGBT couples in films. In animated films and in films before, so you just need to shut the fuck up.
Going back to Nick, but Hey Arnold, they kind of made it clear that Mr. Simmons was gay in the Thanksgiving special because his family kind of hated him, hated the fact that he brought his quote-unquote friend to the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah,
this
idea is just so stupid, but and I'm so glad that you actually brought this to the table because it's one that really is just so fucking annoying over time. It just needs to fucking close up, but it never will until a generation actually grows up that will accept it fully, and there aren't parents that say, "Oh no, you can't do this." So overall, that's just the problem.
Like it's not like they're having the kid. Like it's not like they're having like two gay people like have sex with each other on camera. It's just like they're gay. Like it's no other. And like the other thing I like is that they're not like a lot of these cartoons like they aren't glorifying homosexuality.
They're just like,
it's just
there.
Like they're gay people and they're just living normally. Like just deal with it.
Hey.
They just happen to be gay. Okay.
Cool. Yep.
Like it's not like the show is about them being gay. And like with Steven Universe, they're not like glorifying that the gyms are gay. It's the fandom glorifying that they're gay. Like because it's like to make jokes about it.
Yeah, it's jokes.
It's just like it's been a long time.
It's jokes and it's excitement about the fact that they're actually doing
because they're being open about it.
And it's the ship.
And like because Ruby and Sapphire are so cute. They're so cute.
Yeah,
it's just like you can't fight it.
The ship has sailed.
Yeah, the ship has sailed. I'm like you can't fight it.
Yeah. But it's the fact that we're at this point now in animation where there just isn't this. There isn't this fight about this anymore. It's just clear as day that you should go out and do it and accept it. I'm glad, but what were we talking about? Disney, right?
Yeah,
we're going back.
We're talking. We it started off when we talked about the lesbian couple in Finding Dory.
Yeah, but the I think Pixar though it'll return. I think Pixar will return to a point where we kind of stabilize and they'll show off some new animation and it'll be glorified again. But Disney's at this point where they don't really need Pixar. Pixar brings in money, so Disney will continue to push the Pixar name. So then Pixar will continue to work on whatever movies they're working on.
Like,
however,
for a while,
I
honestly thought that Pixar was doing all those movies, the Frozen and stuff. It was just like
because it looked like Pixar.
Yeah, it was 3D. So like I'm thinking Disney plus 3D equals Pixar.
Yeah.
And like when you told me that Frozen was an animated Pixar, I was like, I was stupefied.
I was surprised you didn't know that. By the way, guys, my friend, he thought here that Pixar made Frozen. Don't get angry at him. It's just the fact that Disney makes 3D films.
Like everyone assumes that any 3D movie made by Disney is like a Pixar.
Yeah, it started back at Bolt. That's when they started.
Yeah,
back in Bolt.
I'm thinking Tangled, Big Hero 6.
Really?
I was disappointed. Big Hero 6. I was disappointed when I found out Pixar had nothing to do with Big Hero 6.
Yeah, I was proud of Disney Pixar's of pushing that though. I was proud of Disney Pictures for making a movie like that. I mean, we talk about Disney Pictures and we look at Big Hero 6, right? And I know that I've talked about the Big Hero 6, but I think that there's a lack of. I know that in live action there are a lot of male-dominated animated films. However, in animation, it's a lot less. And so, like, there was a time in I think the 2000s in general, and these movies kind of didn't do as well. And same with DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon didn't do as well. It was like a male-dominated, or not male-dominated, but a male lead character is presenting a. I'm getting a call. Yep. Okay. All right. Yep. Hello. Yeah, I'm doing a podcast. I'll call you back when I'm finished. Okay. You okay? Cool. What you doing?
Is that Masha?
Yeah.
Hi, Masha.
But yeah, I'll see you when I come. Okay. All right. Bye. Love you.
Y'all so cute, y'all goals. Y'all so goals, man. Yes.
Are you coming now?
Huh?
Are you good now?
I mean, you can come in, but like, it's just like, be careful. Like, if the red dot, basically, like, just don't say anything. You can come in.
That's fine. Yeah.
But where were we going?
No, it's just like, the male-led animated series, right? It's like you look at Treasure Planet, you look at Treasure Planet, Atlantis. There were these movies that just didn't do financially as well, and I think that's unfortunate. But they really told stories that we hadn't really seen from a perspective that we hadn't really seen. And I think Big Hero 6 pushed that narrative even further because the development that we see from Hero in Big Hero 6 is extraordinary, and the story that he has, like the story that's told through his situation, where he loses his brother, and then he has to go around and
it's
adjust.
not a good movie unless there's a dead relative. Oh, Jesus Christ! Basically, it's not a good movie unless there's a dead relative.
The Lion King tells that to everyone.
Batman, Spider-Man, like just legitimately any frickin' Avengers, Black Panther. It's not a good movie unless there's a dead relative somewhere.
Right.
But I love Big Hero 6, and I love how diverse the characters are as well.
Yeah. Oh, that was a
Honey Lemon is bae. She is bae. Because it's mainly because she doesn't while she is scientific and stuff and she's nerdy and whatnot, she's not a stereotype. Mm-hmm. And she can be the ditzy, goofy, funny, but at the same time, she's smart, and we need more. I love how women like that.
I love animation. How well they push the fact they didn't shove it down her throat, but it's the bigger.
It's just the gay thing.
It pushed this. It pushed the clear fact that there are kids out there that just don't look at science like they did back in the 80s. Where it's oh well, you can go into science and it's fun and it's exciting. Like that one robotics thing where he walked into the lab
with the microbots.
With the microbots, right? And he walked into the lab and everyone's doing their own thing with science, and they made science interesting and fun for everyone, right? That was
it inspires kids to actually get into being inventors and doing something more with more with life rather than just what they're limited to. It legitimately inspires the science in the kid.
Right. I can't ask for more. I mean, it was a solid, more than a solid film. It was. I think that you look at Big Hero 6. I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about. How this is one of the reasons why we're getting into this renaissance, right? And Big Hero 6 just pushed the bar. It pushed the needle further in terms of like what to expect from Disney Pictures. Because I mean, for a while there, after the Renaissance, it was just like, oh, Disney Pictures is here, and Pixar is way up here. Right. And we're getting to that point where the narratives are being told and the stories are back to the point where they're strong and they're vibrant, and it's really good. You look at something like Zootopia, for example, and have you seen that movie?
Yes, I've seen Zootopia,
and it tells a narrative that it's one that would have been tricky on paper, but when you look at the movie, holy shit, they did it so flawlessly. I mean, the delivery from Judy Hopps' perspective, and then you look at Nick Wilde's perspective. You look at Nick Wilde as a
spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie.
No, go ahead. Spoiler.
It's just it's like I love the fact that it was it wasn't what we expected. It wasn't what we expected. It was like, yeah, we thought that the mayor, because he's a lion, and these skeptical looking people, because hint, but these skeptical looking people were up to something just because they were skeptical looking people.
Right.
And then when Judy, when she was going through the interview, and she was just like, well, how do we know it's just the predator thing? How do we know for sure? It's just like, well, maybe it's something in their genes. Hints.
Yeah.
Hints. But I'm like, Nick got offended by that because
it's you can't just say that in
because you don't really have a lot of evidence. You don't know.
Yeah, you gotta.
And that turned into a whole thing. That turned into an entire spiel about how we shouldn't judge someone based off of what they look like or what their genetics, quote unquote, and we should base it on who they are, because it turned out that a prey was behind this the whole time.
Yeah, it's. I don't have anything really negative or much negative. I don't have that movie was
solid, close.
That
to
movie
solid.
was solid, and I would say, I don't want to. I think. I know you don't want to compare to Lion King, but I think that the narrative that they pushed and how they told the story,
also,
it's a story that's just
one thing I do gotta say about Zootopia is fuck Judy Hopps because she wouldn't buy my mixtape. You'll have to post this in the pictures of the podcast, because I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of the people messaging the Zootopia page being a meme now, and because I had because I was like, if you can't beat them, join them. So I decided to hey Judy, you want to buy my mixtape? It's just because it's a robot. It's just they constantly try to get on back on time. She's like, let's just get on, let's just focus here, cadet.
Yeah.
That's not important right now, cadet.
Jesus.
Listen to me, and it's you need to listen to my mixtape. I just kept trying to find ways to dodge it. She kept finding the robot kept finding ways to dodge it. I'm just buy my mixtape, man.
Jesus Christ.
I think my favorite one was I was just I'm a panda. Just my remix of Pandas by Designer on my mixtape that you should buy. I love Zootopia, but come on, Judy, you gotta buy my mixtape. You gotta buy my mixtape, fam. It's fire. I'm gonna be bigger than Gazelle. You gotta believe me.
Jesus Christ. That's some goals right there. Yeah. You man.
That'll be $99.99. But let's get back on topic.
No, another movie once again that pushes the narrative, but in terms of upcoming movies, right? The slate for Disney Pictures looks okay. I mean, you have Moana, which I would say is going to be this generation's
Mulan.
Yeah, it's kind of style. That's what it seems as if it's going to go into.
Because it's or Brave.
Yeah. Brave is recently. It's still recent. So.
Yeah, but it's just a strong, independent woman or just like she don't need no man. I mean, it's like that type of thing where she's a fighter and she can do shit on her own.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, this movie, the opening apparently is thus proving my stereotype that it's not a good movie unless there's a dead relative, because the opening of the movie apparently.
Spoilers for the future, apparently.
There's the opening for the movie apparently is supposed to be her mother gets a shotgun blast to the face.
That can't come. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's the rumor.
You can't start that. That's Bambi halfway through the movie. You can't just go in. Hey kids.
Hey kids, this is my mom, but she's gonna die.
Don't make kids run out the theater. Come on.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna actually show it. Right. But at the same time, it's just it's not a good movie unless somebody dies. What's gonna happen with the Latin princess? Just come on.
I know there has to be some. I know that a movie requires something to be pushed forward, but come on, come on. We can try something else here. I don't know. It has been enough time between Frozen and any other movie to have a death sort of push. I mean, Frozen had it. Big Hero 6 had it. So I mean, it's not like it's not.
And now that they bought Marvel, there's just a whole roster that we got. We got Iron Man's parents, we got Peter Parker's parents, and his Uncle Ben. It's just it's just inevitable.
I mean, if you look at the Disney Renaissance and you include everything, right? I mean, you can't. If you look at it just purely animation-wise, it looks as if they will have a second Renaissance. But if you look at it from a Disney, the company-wise, I mean, they have Star Wars, they have Indiana Jones, they have they have Marvel. There's no
Han Solo.
It's
Kylo Ren killed Han Solo.
Right. So it's I think the Renaissance, if you look at it from a bigger perspective, is there. But from terms of animation, right, it's widespread, and it will be crazy to see what in a decade how kids will say, okay, well, this will be my Lion King for this generation, or this will be my Mulan for this generation. I think that they're setting that up very well, and it's going to be very strong.
Without actually saying anything.
Without, yeah.
And I encourage more people to do stuff like that. More studios to do stuff like that. They don't really again, we're going into the whole gay thing. It's just they don't really say
they don't
anything.
Shove it down. They don't shove it
They
down.
just expect you to learn, or they want people to learn from it, just by experiencing it.
Yeah.
And another thing about Zootopia is I was talking to my grandmother about the movie, and she was just oh, you can't talk about racism in a kids movie. It's just you gotta let them experience it. And because my grandmother, she was alive during the Civil Rights movement.
That's
I understand that. It's just you can't you'll never truly experience it unless you go through it firsthand. But at the same time, it's just not a lot of kids are going to go through that firsthand.
Well, I think they
kids specifically.
I know, but I think I think that Zootopia at least gives the narrative that there are people out there that will give that look and will have that perspective. Unfortunately, will have that perspective. And the thing is that you want a world that will not have that perspective, and that's how the world should work.
That's
what Zootopia does best, is that it tells you that, it shows you that, hey, the world should be, you screw any perspectives that you have already in your head about this person or that person. See them all as equal. However, in the real world, or in the world that Zootopia was, everyone is kind of oh, this is how this person, this is how this type of animal acts, and there's that stereotype, and it was unfortunate, but that's the world that they were portraying, and it's pretty much the truth at this point in this world.
I mean, if to bring on a more comedic side, it's just Dash, the sloth, getting locked up for street racing, just that was the funniest thing. It's just another thing of stereotypes. We're not all the same,
right?
But other than that, what was I gonna say? It's just people have been while I'm not sure if I want this, people have been talking about Zootopia 2 Like, they think that Zootopia 2 should happen, and it's just like,
I mean,
they should, like, hit, like, rather than just, like, going on the whole racism thing, they should hit another topic. Like, it's just
I would love to see, I think, in terms of, Zootopia could go, I don't want to see Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde, because we already know they're going to have some weird, oddball Fox Bunny children that probably will eat.
Yeah, like, that was the thing that they were talking about. It's just like, I saw a comic, it just, like, it inspired it. It's just, like, people, like, the thoughts of interspecies relationships.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like that's kind of overboard.
I know, but, like, what I'm saying is, I don't want that story. I want the story of, hey, Zootopia, like they explained, was a massive world filled with so many different areas. I'd love to either see an animated series of it, or, like, where they just go into a particular world, or just...
Like, one of those little 3-minute things that they show between series. Like the Cars toons.
Yeah, or a completely new movie that focuses on a completely new group of animals in a completely new ecosystem, you know.
One thing I've noticed, though, is, like, this is kind of weird, but I feel as though that Utopia kind of dodged a bullet with not putting monkeys in this movie.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I watched the entire movie, and, like,
wait a second.
Like, I was just like, I went to my friends, and I was like, wait a second, like, did any of y'all notice there weren't any monkeys in this movie?
Well, yeah.
I'm just like, I mean, a movie about racism having monkeys in it, like, having monkeys as characters is just like,
push.
Like, I don't think we want to do that. Like, we would get in trouble, and Zootopia would get flack.
Yeah.
Like, more flack than it already has.
Right.
But
gladly, the Jungle Book was a month later, and no one argued about the monkeys anymore.
Yeah.
At that point.
But what else? I mean, can we talk about the actual cartoons though?
Disney itself, I mean,
because, like, they haven't had a renaissance per se.
I can't say that they've had. I think they have. A renaissance, I would say, are multiple cartoons that are making something great. What
Star vs. the Force of Evil. I mean, R.I.P. Gravity Falls, but
I know that's the thing. Gravity Falls ended, right? And there, like, it's like there was Gravity Falls, and you added another show, and you added another show, but then they ended that show, and then there's not really there are a few shows.
Star vs. the Force of Evil is on season 2, I think.
I haven't followed Disney all that well. Give me a couple shows that are, like, just on.
I mean, obviously the Marvel cartoons, the Star Wars cartoons. I mean, but then again, like, those are different, like, properties. But
right, so they're using licensed material. Right.
I feel like Pickle and Peanut is kind of, like, overrated, like, overrated in hate.
What is it styled like? Is it like Banana Cricket, or is it like Sandra and Craig?
It's like a mixture of Breadwinners and Gumball.
That sounds horrible.
Strangely.
Come on, that sounds bad. That sounds like Gumball's third season.
It's just like I'd say Uncle Grandpa and Gumball, like, but, like, with a little bit of, like, Breadwinners, That
sounds awful.
I don't know. It's
that
just
sounds
like,
god-awful.
I don't want to hate it because I love stupid humor.
Okay, so it's stupid humor, but it fits on a channel. Okay.
But at the same time, I feel as though
that's a stupid humor show. Okay.
I feel as though Disney XD shouldn't have made that show, because I feel like it should have went to somebody else.
Okay.
Because, like, it's a Disney channel. It's a Disney original.
Right.
And, like, when you have shows like Sanjay and Craig and Breadwinners, it feels like it's a ripoff.
I forgot to mention, one of the reasons why I haven't watched Disney much at all, and the reason why I hate Disney XD is the fact that what Disney does is push their animated programming to Disney XD, which is in a programming block, or which is in a set of channels that is on the higher level. You can't really get it on basics.
Like, if you're gonna, like, push all the animation to Disney XD, then you might as well bring back Toon Disney.
Right. So it just kind of, I found it really disgusting, the fact that you just left a bunch of awful sitcoms that don't teach kids much at all on the regular channel. I find it very disappointing.
And, like, I liked but didn't like the idea that Disney Channel, like, it's just like Disney Channel's for the girls and Disney XD is for the boys, and just, like, it's kind of weird to see that, like, and I feel as though Tumblr needs to get on that. Like, Tumblr needs to get on that, because, like, we are, like, going into a generation where there shouldn't be, like, it should basically hashtag fuck your gender roles. It's just like, girls should be like
girls are just set
like it's okay for girls to be into this thing and like, but it isn't okay for boys to be into this thing.
Right. I mean, we've I think we've talked about the fact that Totally Spies was a cool show.
I love Totally Spies.
It was all out what you would say a girl show, but it wasn't because it didn't matter because Cartoon Network was like.
Plus, it was anime, so.
It was anime? I thought it was animation.
It was a French anime.
Oh.
Like, just like Code Lyoko, those were French anime.
Okay.
And, I liked it, but at the same time, it was just like, it was weird to like it, just like how it was weird to like the Powerpuff Girls, and like how it was weird to like.
Yeah, there was a moment where it's like when you were just like if you were in the living room watching it, and when your family member showed up, I would change the channel. There was this odd feeling where it's like I would have to change the channel because it was like they would think that it would be weird that I was watching
a show that's mainly targeted to women.
Yeah, or girls. Even though it wasn't really a girl show, it had action in it and it had cool elements in it.
And I feel as though going back to Nick for a little bit, shows like Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir like do that. Like they have that thing where it's something where boys and girls can enjoy because it's two different protagonists, a girl protagonist and a boy protagonist, and they kick ass. Right. Like, and same thing with Steven Universe. It's just like it's men and women kicking ass.
Right. No, Steven Universe breaks that. I love how far Steven Universe went, but Disney in general, I just have a problem with the fact that they set so many like the generic black girl on almost every one of their sitcoms. The generic
black kid, the token
black kid. It's all set up so that if you're watching this is the expectation. You act like this, and the acting is literally the same for almost every show, and it's very disappointing. It's very it's an expectation that you would like them to change, and you would like them to adjust to that, but they haven't, and it's something that you really want them to change because, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I really would rather not want my sister watching it because it's just like it sets an example of this is how you should be acting.
Yeah, and like
you can't go anywhere else.
In a way, I think I've said this in the previous podcast, like back in DGN podcasts and stuff. Yeah, it's like in a way, while I don't hate it, I mean, while I did dislike it, I feel as though when it comes to live action sitcoms, especially like on Teen Nick of all things, is that we need shows like Degrassi.
Oh no! I mean, if they could push some development further, I'd
like
love
if Degrassi, like not like if it like existed, but at the same time, like if the show premiered around this time period, I feel as though Tumblr would love it.
Right.
And like we need while I don't watch Degrassi, I feel as though we need more of Degrassi on shows like Teen Nick. I mean, on channels like Teen Nick because we need to teach kids and like young adults the real. Like not just like
this is a fictional
like this is how teenagers are supposed like giving young adults a false hope for reality. It's like
High School Music.
High School Music. Don't even talk about High School Musical. That's my shit. But,
I'm sorry, but that set the bar way too high.
Yeah, it's just that is setting the bar.
Everyone's friendly in high school. It's
just like they try too hard to like not like give kids this idea of a strong reality. And now that we know that Viacom owns MTV and Nickelodeon, that I feel as though
Viacom, that's Viacom for it.
Excuse me for sounding like a 90s kid and saying we need to bring something back. It's just like we need to take all of the live action shows and like the sitcoms and the contest shows, take those off of MTV and put them on Teen Nick.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There are some bad MTV shows.
There are
some god awful.
There are bad MTV
reality
shows, but
and you're not talking about reality, are you?
Not like Jersey Shores and stuff, but like.
Okay, I also have an issue with reality television. Sometimes, most of the time,
like
it just there's some...
like we need shows like Awkward on Teen Nick. We need shows like
Teen Nick needs a refresh in the first place.
We need to make Teen Nick about teens and what teens.
Wait, are you saying that we should have an all grown up Rugrats again?
Shut up. Shut up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked All Grown Up for some reason.
It was okay.
Strangely, I liked All Grown Up.
It was okay. I'm not going to push any boundaries by saying it was a good show. I'm going to say it was there. and that it will never be the original Rugrats. But that's maybe just my nostalgia pushing it a little too far.
I'm still down for the theory that Rugrats, like there should be a Rugrats reboot, not where it's Tommy, Chucky, Phil. No.
That's my
like not where it's Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil, but like it's like
new family.
Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil's
kids.
Children.
Mm-hmm. That should be there. I don't understand what Nickelodeon is doing right now. That should be on the table immediately. Like the 90s generation has grown up. This is the point where you say, all right, they're having kids. Boom, let's set this up so that their kids.
Please, for the love of God, bring back Classy Scoopo. Like,
yeah, I'm.
Like
that company has been like silent, hasn't it?
Yeah, like dead silent. I don't know if they like
if they broke up or if it's gone or but
like,
it doesn't
like
seem
what happened to it.
Wow, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That company, yeah.
But like at the same, like going back onto the like we need to put those shows on TV. Like we need like the Teen Wolves, we need the Awkwards, we need like we need the Screams, like because there's a whole revamp of Scream on MTV. It's just like even Catfish. I don't know, like because like that's what teenagers and young adults are into.
They should probably put that on Teen Nick, but have it to a point where it's like be safe on the internet. Because I think there was a huge push of being safe on the internet a decade ago, and now it's just like it's kind of falling apart. Where it's like there's an expectation, but there isn't a realization that what.
Looking at in the back there, but anyway, like
But yeah, there's been a toning down of the
internet safety
and
it's just like and like now that I feel as though with Catfish is that they intentionally pick the dumbasses.
No, it's
they intentionally pick the dumbasses, like the ones that haven't thought about actually Skyping their partner. It's just like,
come on,
like even like there's like a 1 in 10 chance that like where the situation where they never like video chat this partner, where the partner is real. Like it shouldn't be 1 in 10. It should be people that like have actually like Skyped their partner. And like I know that like that doesn't bring anything for dramatic effect or like controversy or like
but just
ratings.
Like come on,
like
there's some. It's just common sense. It's common sense. It's embarrassing and it's common sense. But maybe we should wrap up this podcast. We're kind of getting off topic here, and we pretty much covered everything, right? I mean Nickelodeon and Disney guys. So we'll have another podcast coming up later on, guys. E3 coverage. Well, after when this podcast airs, will be the following week because I had a podcast with Kevin with Kevin yesterday, and that'll be coming up.
And we have E3 reactions with a special guest.
E3 reactions throughout the week, and then a follow up one just to get an overall perspective later on as well. So there's a lot of stuff coming in over the next few weeks, or a month. So June's going to be filled. Guys, what are your thoughts? Comment below. Thanks for watching. Again, this has been Austin Jett. You can find him on...
Just call me AJETT.
You can find him... Okay, fine. AJETT. You can find him on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Instagram, YouTube. I don't do the IG.
Special thing about me is like I'm trying to bring back show I was gonna ask if I could have you host, like if I could host it and like I could use your mic every once in a while. Is that a while back I used to, conversation? Yes, I want to bring back the AJETT conversation. I want to bring back the AJETT conversation.
Oh shit! Really?
And I made a status on Facebook saying like if you're a DJ and you're a producer or like you sing or rap or anything like that, let me know so I can interview you. Yeah. Because like I want to meet y'all. Like I don't want to just like hope that like I get an interview with Skrillex or anything like that. It's just like I want to meet my local. I want to meet my local fam. Like I want to meet y'all because y'all need to rise up as well.
Yeah.
So yes, AJETT conversation is coming back.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll definitely talk about it and we'll discuss plans on doing that. And if I can, we'll get a second one of those and I'll pass you one if I can in the future, anytime. Yeah. So, guys, what are your thoughts on Nickelodeon and Disney? This was a very back and forth podcast, just having a conversation, guys. What are your thoughts? Comment below. Thanks for watching. I'm Bryan Swan. Find me at Democracy on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If I said YouTube before, I said YouTube.
You said
already.
YouTube. God damn it.
All right. Thanks for watching. I'm Bryan Swan. Stay tuned for more, guys. And